Hello, how is everybody doing today? Let's talk about the Power Ranger movie. Just saw it yesterday. It is great. Have a little bit of a cold, so just ignore that completely. Where to begin? This might be a little bit scattered. It will contain spoilers, but here we go. First of all, you can watch this movie and not necessarily know much about Power Rangers. It helps. It will enhance it, especially if you've watched the TV series, the original TV series, the first movie way back when, based on the first series. But you can watch this movie, I swear, without knowing much. It's still fun, funny, action packed, everything you want to see in this type of movie. Don't kill me if I miss some of it. I don't claim to be the most knowledgeable of Power Rangers. I know a lot, I enjoy it, but I don't know everything. The Easter eggs, as they term them, were great. And I'll point out a few. The one that kind of caught first was Alpha 5. Midway through the movie, when they went underneath the water and found the base where Zordon was, they started to train, all that good stuff. But amidst the training, I believe, Alpha says, "Aye, aye, aye." And if you know anything about Power Rangers, Alpha 5 said that all the time. Made me laugh. What else? There was plenty, and I'd have to see this movie a couple more times to remember more, but believe me, if you're a Power Ranger fan, you're going to catch them. And it's a movie you need to see definitely more than once. Have to see it, especially for the diehards. Alpha 5 was really good too. I didn't expect him to be, just looking at the trailers and like images, toy figures, whatever. I was like, I don't know how good he's going to be, but he was great. His lines were great. And I actually might like him more than the original. I liked how the original Alpha 5 looked, but the acting for this Alpha 5, I think was better. It was hilarious. So, yet another character that was great in this movie, and I like better than the original TV series. There's a lot like that. Like I said, Rita, I like better, and a lot of just the Power Rangers themselves. And of course, when Jason morphs, they all morph kind of for the first time. He says it's morphin' time. They have to say that, you know that. Wow, yes, I know, I'm in a different spot. Another funny thing that Billy did when they're all in the Megazord was this. He said, "What are we going to call it? We're all in this Megazord. What are we going to call it? Mamazord?" No, that kind of sounds cheesy. Not exact line, but something like that. He said, "Megazord." So that was funny. Funny they called it Mamazord, then, of course, it's a Megazord. So he kind of named it. So, very funny, very cool. Another one of those classic Power Ranger references that I enjoyed very much. The other cool thing is, and you knew this was going to happen, I really wasn't looking for it until it did happen. You know you're going to see Jason David Frank. And it took a long time. At the very end of the movie, I said spoilers. He is in the crowd after the Megazord beat Goldar and Rita Repulsa. He's there, kind of taking pictures of the Megazord. Really cool. And there, I think the whole cast, or most, were there from the first movie. Would have loved to pause that and just look at the picture, seeing who else was there. I'm sure there was more people, but everyone wants to see Jason David Frank. And then the end, kind of cut scene at the end, that everyone waits to see at the theater. The teacher in charge of detention was kind of doing a roll call, and he said, Tommy Oliver, there's a seat there, but he wasn't there. So that was really cool. And everyone went, Tommy, because everyone, most people, Tommy's their favorite. So that was very cool to see as well. So there was a lot of that, and like I said, I missed most of it, but I'd love to go see it, and I probably will go see it again. If not at theater, hopefully, well, definitely on my own television. Now, the other thing is, if you're used to watching the TV shows, it's not very Power Rangery, which isn't a word, but you kind of expect Power Rangers to be quirky. The characters aren't developed. When you watch the last one I really watched, probably Dino Charge, the first 10 episodes or so, they don't develop characters. The TV shows never develop the characters at all, really, at all. But this movie really did. Even Zordon, you learn about the first 5 minutes. The Earth was basically destroyed. He hid the coins. And that's kind of how Zordon was trapped where he is. And then cuts to detention. And basically, they all meet in detention. Jason, what did he do? Oh, he put a cow in his school. And then when he ran away in his car, or his dad's car, he got caught, basically, and that's why he's in detention. Got kicked off the football team. He was a star quarterback. So, you get stuff like that you wouldn't normally get. Trini, she moved around a lot, like 3 schools in 3 years. Kimberly was, see, that's an area where I'd have to see it again. Her backstory was it was there, but I don't remember it as well. Zach, it's really cool that Zach was the Asian Ranger, and Billy was the Black Ranger. And of course, you watch the show, Billy was like the nerdy white guy, and Zach was the black dude. So it's cool to see the roles kind of reverse a little bit to make it different. Zach, in the movie, his mom was sick, and his mom was kind of the only person he had. Billy had autism, but was really smart. His dad worked at the coal mine, I guess it was. So they developed their personalities really well, which I appreciated. The first, half of the movie. So that was really cool. It wasn't necessarily darker or dark per se, but Rita was fantastic. In the original TV series, Rita was kind of just ridiculous, off the wall. Corny. Power Rangers corny. Rita is evil. When she's trying to collect gold to make Goldar, she kills people and rips their teeth out and all kinds of stuff. So, that was really cool. The fact that it's PG-13 made it easier to do all the kind of more typical movie stuff, gruesome, if you want to call it that, action, whatever you might want to call it. So that was really cool as well. I like this Rita much better. She was almost alien-like, and she was actually, in the very beginning, she was a ranger. She was a green ranger, which was cool, different. The opening was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect them to kind of do a, where did Zordon and Rita come from? They were both rangers, originally. And Rita wanted to break out and be her own person and rule the world, like all evil people do. So Rita, great. Zordon was great. The opening minute or so was good, and he was good as well. How much to get into that? I'm not going to get too much into that, but he was really good, and it was interesting that he really wanted to get out to defend the Earth, but he wanted to do it. He didn't want really the Power Rangers to do it, even though he said that. He wanted to be the one to defeat Rita again. He actually tried to get out of the Fullscreen, but he didn't. I'll explain that in a second. as a matter of a surprise. See, I told you, this is rambling all over the place. So things you wouldn't expect in a Power Rangers movie. They all kind of end up at the mine. Billy blows a hole in the wall, and they discover a glass, metal. Then they find their power coins, stone, whatever you want to call it. And security is alerted and basically chases them. And this is what you wouldn't expect. When they're leaving, there is a train. And you know, it's a typical, like, okay, there's a train coming. And it's like, okay, they're going to just pass a train. And they'll be okay. They pass the train. The security gets stuck. No, the train hits them really hard. And it's crazy. So then after that, they just end up kind of at their houses. They don't know how, but wow, I didn't expect that at all. I thought, ooh, we made it, we're safe. But bam, they got hit really hard. So another kind of surprise, I guess you can kind of put it in this, but this is a lot more of character development. Jason was nothing like you thought he would be. Zordon too. Zordon at first, he kind of seemed like he was just in it for himself, not as a leader trying to mold these teenagers as a team. He wanted to get out of the prison he was stuck in and become alive again so he could fight Rita himself. He wanted to do it. And that's completely different vibe than you get from Zordon in the TV show. But Jason was different. He wasn't really he was a leader, but he kind of was a reluctant leader at first. And that might, I don't know. That part I can't pinpoint from the show. But when they got to the base, they all kind of wanted to leave. Like, this is crazy, don't want to do it. And see, this is where I need to see it again. The scenes with him and Zordon at the beginning when they first got to the base were really good. When they argued about when Jason overheard Zordon say that he wanted to get out and knew he was in it for himself, basically, were really cool. Just their interaction was really good. And pay attention to that. Like I said, I need to watch it again. Halfway through the movie, before they morphed, it took a while for them to morph. That's the other thing. They didn't morph right away. It took a while. Days, weeks, I don't know, but it took a while. They just didn't, all right, everyone get together, we're going to morph. They didn't do it, which that was surprising too. I thought, all right, it's just going to happen, but it took a while. They had to go to the pit and train more, kind of become closer together. But before they morphed, Rita basically went to Trini's house, talked to her, told her, I need to know where the Zeo stone is. I think that's what it's called. Rita knows that it is Billy that knows where it is at a Krispy Kreme shop, which is kind of odd. Now I know where there's Krispy Kreme donuts at. I mean, there's Power Ranger donuts at Krispy Kreme, right? I wondered why. But Krispy Kreme is all over the movie. But Rita's like, Wayne knows where this stone is, and I need to know. Who knows? She knows who it is. She goes to Billy and says, all right, tell me, or you're all going to die, one by one. And she counts down. 3, 2, Billy tells her, and Rita actually kills Billy. He is completely dead. Halfway through the movie, before they morph, he is dead. And I actually thought, wow, are they going to, there's no way they can go through the rest of the movie as 4 Rangers. That's not what Power Rangers do. And he comes back to life. Zordon kind of exchanges his life for Billy. He doesn't get out of wherever he is, the prison, wherever he's stuck. he basically stays so Billy can live. But I really had no idea how he was going to come back to life. Surprised as heck that he died. I was like, what? When do Rangers die? Not often. You'll probably tell me in the comments below, but it doesn't happen often. Skip to the very end. After the Megazord comes together, they defeat Goldar, slap Rita into space. Oh no, before. Sorry, why am I... No, before. When the Megazord first forms, they're kind of all clueless, like, how does this work? And they take a step towards Goldar, but when it does, the Megazord, it falls down. It's like, really? It was really funny. You would not expect it. You would expect the Megazord just to go and beat up Goldar. But it basically trips because they don't know how to operate the Zords together because they've never done it. Brilliant. You wouldn't expect that. I thought it was cool. Like I said, the surprises were wonderful. It's very un-Power Ranger, like if you're used to the TV show. I'm telling you, it's a good movie on its own. There's so much more, but that's going to be it. Highly recommend. 9 out of 10. My wife also said 9 out of 10. She liked it. She knows enough about Power Rangers to catch a lot of the Easter egg stuff, but not as much as me, I know that, but she really enjoyed it as a pure just movie. It's a good movie. You need to go see it. If you're a Power Ranger fan, you probably need to see it at least twice. 9 out of 10, go see it. It's great. And I'll probably do another review after I see it again because there's so much in the movie. Go, Power Rangers. My favorite Ranger. You know I like the Yellow Ranger overall, and that's what I collect as far as collecting, but probably I like the Black Ranger the best, which his story wasn't as developed as the other one. I just liked the character. Was cool, confident, independent, just kind of his own guy kind of vibe, but really cool. Billy was good as well, but liked them all. So if you're going to ask, you're probably wondering which one you like the best. I would say the Black in this movie, which was surprised. I didn't think that's who I'd like. They're all good. Like I said, there's really, you can't say, well, this one was better. Well, I can, I just did. But it's minor differences. So there you go. Now you know. The Black was my favorite. They left plenty of room to make a sequel. I really hope they do. I'll go see it opening day. This was one of few movies that I've ever seen that there was a round of applause at the end. Everyone at the end of the movie started clapping because it was a really good movie. And people were laughing throughout the whole thing at the references. And not even at the Power Ranger references, just there were funny moments. Like I said, you need to go see it. Power Ranger fan or not, and please make a sequel. That's it. Have a good day. Adios. Gosh, I hate being sick. One more thing. I don't know if I mentioned this either, but have to mention it for a great sub of mine, FC203. Yes, they made fun of, maybe teased, not made fun of, teased Power Rangers a little bit. It was hilarious. Many people mentioned it in their reviews, but he basically used a car. Jason used a car and threw it at the putties, and the car was Bumblebee, quote unquote. He said, "Sorry, Bumblebee." Hilarious. A lot of people like that a lot. Got a big laugh, but there's another funny moment. There was filled with them, and I'm, like I said, missing plenty.